it's very cool. That was like the first time, and people ask me, what is the, most important moment of your career, the most special moment of your career, and it's hard not to make that one. Winning major titles, like fulfilling the dream, and being able to do it, especially like in your hometown.
The day you guys won the title for me and Ron, when did you guys find out is in your hometown? Was that I mean, obviously it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Me and Ron won the title. We won it from Kane and X-Pac. It was a big deal for us. I mean, what was that? What was that like finding that out?
I mean, that was like we didn't think it was really going to happen. We heard about that, a few days before. Michael said this is kind of what they're thinking. So just, things might change, but who knows? It's kind of what they're thinking. So like, let's think about some stuff, that we can make them look good, how we can get in there, and how we can make this match look credible. And let's be thinking about it, guys. And once we got there, and we had so many friends and family that came. I mean, it was a huge moment. Once again, kudos to you guys for being willing to get in the ring with us.
Oh, we were happy. We were happy.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a blast. And then just afterwards, I mean, the only thing Jeff and I, our goal in being pro wrestlers was we wanted to be like the world tag team champions one time. And if we did that, then we could call it a career. Obviously we have exceeded that many times over, but it's very cool. That was like the first time. And people ask me, what is the, most important moment of your career, the most special moment of your career. And it's hard not to make that one, winning major titles, like fulfilling the dream, and being able to do it, especially like in your hometown. And, we were able to go out, and I'll never forget, we went to a Ruby Tuesdays that was open late, and we had about 20 or 30 people there, like friends and family. And it was like, it's such a big party and celebration. It was so cool.
That's awesome. For me and Ron, it was, they came to us and we thought it was wonderful. What better way to drop titles than to two young guys who love the business in their hometown?
Right.
I mean, that was just perfect. We thought this is awesome.
And
then we got to sit back at the table and drink beer and not have to work anymore. So really good.
Oh, it's tremendous. No, and it was. And once again, Jeff and I, I'm always grateful, and Jeff is as well, to both you and Ron, because that was a really, really special moment for us. And once again, it's one of those things where it shows how Vince and people at WWF, WWE at that time knew how things were done, because we were starting to gain momentum, but the titles just gave us more credibility. We needed the titles. They made us seem like something more important than we were, which was real important. And then, like, later on, you realize that about how sometimes there's moments where guys can win and they can be elevated because they win a titles because they need the titles and the titles mean something to them. But then you have some guys that are so over, like a Stone Cold, or Rocky in those points, or Taker. And when they win the title, then they add credibility to the title. But that was very much for us, where winning the titles gave us new credibility and really helped elevate our value.
Well, that's great. That was going to be my next question. What do you was going to be? What do you, and you answered? What do you think winning those titles meant to your career there? But after you had the titles a little bit, were you guys on the mindset too that, hey, we've worked here, this is our run, this is our time, we deserve these titles, or were you just shocked by and when they told you were going to win the titles?
We were shocked. I mean, we did not expect that to happen that quickly. I mean, we thought it was cool. If it happened, that's amazing, and we'll bust our ass and we'll work as hard as we can possibly work. And I feel like that's one thing Jeff and I have never backed away from, about, if we're going in, if we're working in your company and we're wrestling for you, we're going to give you all we have. You know what I mean? We've got better as we've gotten older, because we work a lot smarter, but we're going to bust our ass because we take a lot of pride in what we do.
Do you think having those titles really elevated the Hardy brothers? Do you think the elevation would have been there without the titles, or how do you feel about that?
I mean, they did a huge deal in elevating us. They made us seem a lot more legitimate as a pro wrestling act. And would we have got elevated otherwise? Like, I don't know, but they helped us out. I can't imagine taking that part of our story away, and who knows where your path goes if that doesn't happen. One thing I can say is that we were really fortunate to be able to do that best of series with Edge and Christian coming up, because once we had that tag team ladder match against those guys at No Mercy 99, that match also elevated us. So that's a match that really kind of made everything set in, and we're like, whoa, look at what's going on here. This is crazy. We're kind of like, we've been here
Yeah.
for less than a couple years, and we're pretty
Yeah.
legitimate. So that was a great year, man. 99 was an
Yeah.
amazing year for Jeff and
Yeah.
I.